What's up, everybody? Liverpool won, Burnley won in a very frustrating afternoon at Anfield. We started off so brightly, played Burnley off the park, created chance after chance after chance, scored a really good goal, a great header from Andy Robertson, lovely pick up by Firmino. But as always happens in Premier League, if you don't kill teams off, they have the quality to go up the other end and pinch a goal, and we've seen that happen many times over the years. I'm sure we'll see it happen many times again, and today we only have ourselves to blame for these drop points. I mean, it was a magnificent performance in goal from Nick Pope for Burnley, and I will go through my player ratings very soon, and you got to give massive credit to him, by the way. He's one hell of a goalkeeper, but we just missed too many opportunities. And I'm going to move on to the Burnley goal in a second, and I have to say, I've very rarely uttered these words on any stream that I've done, but I'm really disappointed with Virgil van Dijk. I don't know why he turned his back when Jay Rodriguez was about to shoot. I don't know why he turned away from the ball instead of throwing himself at it, and it's just not good enough in those situations. And it's very rare I've ever been critical of Virgil van Dijk because he's such a good defender, but that was just not good enough in my opinion. You've seen Burnley players block strike after strike after strike, throwing themselves at the ball, putting their bodies on the line, and Virg turns his fucking back on it. And I'm sorry, but that's not good enough. Now, I'm not putting that goal down to Virgil van Dijk's mistake only. Good finish from Jay Rodriguez, and we should have defended the first ball better than we did, allowing Burnley to get the break from the second ball. Rodriguez to have far too much opportunity on the edge of the box, too much time. Good finish, keeper no chance. That being said, we played well today. And I'm not going to come on here and say otherwise, because we did play well today and we created enough chances to easily win that game. It was a mixture of missed opportunities from us and some very good goalkeeping from Nick Pope. I'm going to go through my player ratings and I'll go into the chat and see how you guys found it. We're still capable of getting the 9 points that would break Manchester City's points record, but I've said this for a while. I've had this sneaky feeling that we'll win 2 games, draw 2 games from our last 4, and end up on 100 points and levelling that points record, which, look, would still be an amazing achievement. And no matter what happens between now and the end of the season, I'm immensely proud of this group. I'm immensely proud of our manager. I'm immensely proud of our fan base. I'm immensely proud of everything that we've achieved as a club going forward. And we will continue to carry that into next season. But you still have to judge these guys at the very highest level, because we are the pinnacle of English football and we have to be critiquing everything and we have to be looking at these games and giving our honest opinions. We wasted too many opportunities today, far too many. But look, I'm going to go through my player ratings now anyway and see what you guys think. Alisson I've given a 6 to. Not really much he could have done in the game. Under some of the high balls in, I thought he could have caught a few of them. I didn't think he needed to punch a few of them at times. But that being said, he didn't make too many errors, so I've given him a 6. Neco Williams, I thought he had a very good first half. He was a bit lazy in the challenge at times and gave away some niggly little free kicks, but all in all, it's another good learning experience for young Neco Williams, who was a very, very promising right back and somebody who looks like, with a little bit of time, can cover for Trent, no problem whatsoever. So I've given him a 6.5. Gomez and Van Dijk, given both the centre backs a 6. I was tempted to give Van Dijk less because he turned away from that shot from Jay Rodriguez, and that's just unacceptable as far as I'm concerned. When you see Burnley players putting their body on the line, throwing themselves at it to block Liverpool strikes, and then Big Virg just turns his back and looks away, it's just not good enough. I've given both our centre backs a 6 today. Andy Robertson at left back obviously got himself a wonderful goal, and it was a wonderful goal. One hell of a spot from Firmino as well, by the way, to float a magnificent ball in. But Robbo still had a lot of work to do, and his header was sensational. I've given Andy Robertson a 7.5 today. I thought he worked tirelessly down that left-hand side. Some good link-up play with Sadio Mane at times as well. So 7.5 for Robbo. Moving into the midfield now, Fabinho I've given a 7 to. Great assist for the goal by Robbo. Did all the things that Fabinho does in midfield. Sometimes can be a little bit sloppy with the passing, but that's me being hypercritical. Jones, I thought Curtis Jones was very, very good today. Showed what he's all about. Could have got himself a goal. Worked tirelessly. Popped up in all areas of the pitch. Again though, he's a young man that's still learning, and that will be reflected in the few little mistakes, the few little judgment calls that he gets wrong. But all in all, we look like we've got ourselves one hell of a good player there as well. So I've given Curtis Jones a 7. Gini Wijnaldum I've given a 6 to. I thought Gini did everything okay. Nothing extraordinary, but a good solid performance again from Gini. Right, moving on to the front three now. Mohamed Salah should have scored. I'm sorry, but he missed far too many opportunities for my liking today. I love Mo. He's got 100 goals and assists since he's come to the club. He's ridiculous in what he does. We have this guy up on a pedestal for a reason, because he's amazing. But today, particularly the chance right at the end, he should have done better. He should have done better. He had time to set himself, but it was a weak shot straight down the keeper's throat. I've given Mo a 6 today, and that's because of the opportunities that he missed. But to miss these opportunities, he has to get himself into these positions. So I understand that I'm being a little bit hypocritical here, but as I said, I'm judging this guy at the very top level, because he is at the very top level. Firmino, 6.5. I thought Bobby worked hard today. Again, got himself into some good positions. Was really unlucky when the strike came back off the post in the second half. Half an inch either way, and that would have gone in off the post. So Bobby is 6.5. And Sadio Mane, I gave a 7. I thought Sadio Mane put in a very good shift today. Again, dropping deep when he needed it to pick up the ball. Good link-up play with Robert down that left-hand side. And I thought he put in a very good shift today, Sadio Mane. Tireless and selfless at times as well. Just a very good performance from Sadio. And as I said, it was a good performance overall. So it's weird, because I'm on here being critical after dropping points, but we played well. We just didn't put chances away. And there are going to be days when that happens, and that's alright. That's okay. We're still the champions. We still have that record in our sights. What I am most disappointed about is that we can't become the first team in the history of top divisions of English football to win all 19 home games. We can equal the record that's held by Chelsea, Manchester City, and I think Manchester United of 18 home league wins. We do carry on, of course, our impressive home record of not being beaten at home now in, I think, 57 games in a row, something like that in the Premier League, and that is a tremendous record. There's no doubt that Jurgen Klopp and this Liverpool team have turned Anfield into an absolute fortress today. I'm looking at some of these opportunities that Salah missed, and he probably should have had 2 or 3 today, if we're being honest about it. But man of the match for me, I gave it to Nick Pope, and I don't think many people can really disagree. That young man is one hell of a goalkeeper. Some point-blank saves today. I'm looking at one here from Sadio that was going in the top corner. I think it would be a very, very difficult decision not to give Nick Pope man of the match today. Sean Dyche and England have got them. Sean Dyche, I should say, and England have got themselves one hell of a good goalkeeper there. So look, that's my thoughts on the game, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to hand it over to you guys now to see how you feel. Mo was awful, said Captain Clun. Front three were all dreadful, said London Liver 96. We need some new strikers, said Issa. We need a new striker, mate. And I would say we need a new striker, not to replace anybody, because these 3 are still the best 3 in world football as far as I'm concerned. But we need somebody to press them, because I don't want to say they're complacent, because I wouldn't say that of them, but they're too comfortable. They're comfortable in their positions because there isn't really anybody at the club they know is good enough to come in and dislodge them. And that's why I'd like to see us bring in another attacking player. Just to make them up their game a little bit, just working their asses off, which they do, but they're too comfortable because they've got nobody that can come in and challenge them for a position. Because the Takumi Minamino is still settling in, Divok's just not up to their standard, and Raheem Brewster is a young player along with Harvey Elliott, who we need to give time to develop and shouldn't be under the pressure to come in and dislodge them just yet. So I've always said it, I think we need another forward, not to replace anybody, but just to keep the pressure on them and make all these guys up their game that little bit more, because we know pressure for spots does that. Sadly, I don't know if we're going to do that in the market this summer because of various circumstances, some of which are beyond our control, of course, the financial situation and not knowing when fans are going to be back inside stadiums. But if our rivals are going to be going out there and strengthening, if Chelsea, Manchester United, Manchester City, Spurs, Arsenal, whoever it might be, are going to go out there and strengthen, we've got to do the same. We have to react. We're in a great position now. We've got ourselves into this amazing position of being right at the top of English football, being European champions, world champions. But I won't say it doesn't matter a jot, because it does. And lifting this league title after 30 years is unbelievable and something that we thought might never happen. But you can't stand still in this sport. And I don't think that Kloppo and the lads would be looking to stand still. But I just hope that this little lackadaisical restart might give them a little bit of a heads up that we need to put pressure on these guys, because our squad is as good as any squad out there. But there are still some deficiencies that we can look to address. And I'm trying to be respectful about this, because I don't want to belittle this group, because I fucking love them. I love them for what they've done for us, and I love them for where they've gotten us. But we can't rest on our laurels. The great teams of the past haven't done that. And we've had very quiet windows now for 2 or 3 years. and we should be going out looking to address it this summer. And where we find the money from, hey, look, that's up to the owners and the people that run the club to find that scenario or that situation. But there should be some money in the coffers. If everybody else is able to spend, I can't see any reason why we can't. I really can't. Their goal was wrongfully given, said it's Skeet. When I originally seen the replay of that, and I haven't heard what anybody else has to say on this because I watch the games in silence and then do the commentary, it looked initially like maybe it was going to be judged offside, but I don't know. What I would take a lot of anger with is VAR again. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of referees passing the buck upstairs and then bottlers not having the balls to actually say, go to the monitor, it might be a penalty, have a look yourselves. The Premier League and the FA are hiding behind, and Mike Riley, hang your head in shame, Mike, because they're hiding behind this nonsense of it has to be a really high threshold for it to be overturned. No, it just has to be the wrong decision. That's it. That's why they introduced VAR. 4 officials to go over and have a look at the side of the pitch. But what we have in England is, we have this shitty situation where referees are passing the buck upstairs, or to Stockley Park I should say, to a load of lads that aren't willing to overturn the decisions of their mates because they don't want to be seen to be undermining the officials. It's ridiculous. It's not what VAR was brought in for. And I'm glad to hear Pierluigi Collina come out this week and say that those officials are showing the wrong type of solidarity towards their fellow officials, because I get it. It must be difficult. It must be difficult to tell your mate you made a mistake. But that's your job. That's what you're there for. That's why all this glorious technology is built around you, so you can make these decisions. If you want to bottle it and you don't want to make the decision yourself, then tell them to go and have a look at the side of the pitch. Because week in and week out now, we're seeing VAR bottle it. They bottled it for the Bruno Fernandes incident. They bottled it for the Harry Kane incident. They've bottled it numerous times for fouls, particularly on Mohamed Salah this season. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sure you guys are as well. And this isn't me moaning about a result today, because it's, I won't say insignificant, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? These days are going to happen. I've watched football long enough now to know that I'm going to see these scenarios over and over again where teams dominate games and they get caught with a sucker punch. It happens. We've seen it happen. But it still doesn't excuse the shambles that is VAR in the Premier League. I mean, we've got this wonderful technology that nobody argues with the offside decisions, even when they are close. There's a science behind it. This is still being left to people being subjective. And the referee is the man in the middle. The referee is the one that should be making the decisions that impact the game that he's in charge of. Everything is at his fingertips, and yet they're not going. And they're saying that it's because it slows things down. We don't care if you get to the right decision. But we're seeing the wrong decisions. And when you've had 3 incidents this week, and I'm not even talking about our game today, 3 incidents where we've heard and we've had admitted that the wrong decisions were made. Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not good enough. Because you have the technology. It's not VAR that's the problem. It's these clowns in the Premier League that's the problem. I've long been talking about the level of officiating in the Premier League not being good enough. No, and referees have a difficult job. It's a really tough job. And nobody expects them to be perfect. But when you have the assistance, use it. Use it or fuck off. Because you're not good enough to be doing your jobs if you don't have the balls to make the decisions. It's what you get paid for. Grow a pair and make the right decisions. Do what you know is right. You know half of these anywhere else on the pitch, they're a free kick. We've seen in today's game a challenge for Andy Robertson on the edge of the Burnley penalty area, left hand side. The player got the ball but then took the man out afterwards. Should have been a foul. What did we see? Not 10 minutes later, up in our half of the pitch, one of our players was fouled because the Burnley player took the man and the ball. And what happened? The referee gave a free and a yellow card. Now, why is that any different to what we've seen happen on the edge of the Burnley penalty area? It isn't. But it's just this ridiculous notion that people have that it needs to be some type of a different foul if a penalty is to be given. And then we have this bullshit handball rule where we see attackers getting penalised even if it brushes off their baby finger and has nothing to do, but the threshold for a handball for a defender is completely different. It's the same law. You can't just make shit up to suit you. It's the same law. You can't interpret the laws of the game how you want. They're there for a goddamn reason. I'm sick of this VAR nonsense. I'm sick of referees. I'll hand it over to you guys. I've had my say. I've enjoyed this little rant, getting some stuff off my chest. Let me know what you guys think. Last time I checked, Klopp wasn't from Liverpool either. If this is all this, you're not from Liverpool nonsense, don't even address it, because these people are xenophobic idiots that only come in looking for a reaction. Right, what else we got? Imagine Timo Werner coming on today. Well, look, he's a Chelsea player, so that won't be happening. What have we got? I'm pissed that Liverpool never walk alone. I'm a bit frustrated myself, buddy. But it can only be down to our finishing, because we played well enough to win the game. I'm happy enough with the performance. I can't really knock the performance. All I can really knock is the finishing and the not good enough defending from Virgil van Dijk for the goal. Craig, by an attacker, do you mean striker or winger, or somebody who can play both? I would say a wide attacking player, mate, because Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane can play through the centre. So if we did need to bring in somebody, we don't really play a system that would allow us to get the most out of somebody like an Aubameyang or somebody like who's an out-and-out 9. So what we do is we have a system that Bobby, our number 9, works his ass off and draws players out of position and allows some overlaps and allows some space for Sadio and Mo to come in. So if we were to bring in another attacking player, I would like it to be somebody who can play anywhere across that front three. Versatile is probably the word I'm looking for. On a scale of 10, how satisfied am I? I don't know a deal, mate, if you mean today or in general. In general, 10. How couldn't I be? We've won the Premier League. Today, I'm just frustrated. We played well. So I don't want to be overly critical here, because that performance most of the time will get us to 3 points. It was just some good goalkeeping, and you've got to give immense credit to Nick Pope. He's a fantastic goalkeeper. You can see why he's leading the Premier League for the Golden Glove at 14 clean sheets. He's fantastic, and you've got to give credit to him. What a performance from him. Some great saves, but we still should have put Burnley away today. What else have we got? Do you still think we'll break the record? I have a feeling we'll equal it, mate. I've got a feeling we'll beat Arsenal, draw with Chelsea and beat Newcastle and end up on 100 points. That's my prediction, but even that would be brilliant. And no matter what happens this season, we're looking at an amazing group of players. And let's not forget that we've won the Premier League. So know what I mean? 30 years have gone by and we've now won it. We've gotten a massive weight off the shoulders of the manager, the players and everybody around the club. And that has to be lauded and that has to be applauded, and rightly so. So as much as this is frustrating today, I love this club. I love this group. I love this manager. But like everybody else, I'm going to speak my mind and speak honestly. And I want us to go out there and bring in some fresh blood. And bring in some people that will push us on again and not let anybody get comfortable. I won't say that they will get too complacent, because I don't think the manager will allow that. But it's hard to defend when we go through so many transfer windows without really going out and doing much business. We can't keep looking back to the times we brought in Alisson and we brought in Van Dijk, because that's quite a while ago now. And we should be in a position where we've got a new Nike kit deal. We've got the Premier League money. We've got Champions League winning money. We won the Club World Cup. Sponsors would be falling over themselves to throw money to be associated with this football club. There's no reason why, if other people are spending money, we can't spend money. I fully appreciate and understand that the world is in a very difficult place right now and that we've lost a lot of money through television revenue, but so is everybody else. So if other people can spend the money, how do we not have it to spend? Now, I know we spent the most on agents' fees last year, renegotiating and giving these players improved contracts that they have thoroughly deserved. Nobody can argue about that. If Gini Wijnaldum gets a new deal, if Big Verge gets a new deal, nobody can argue about it one bit. But still, we should be looking to add a couple of bits of extra quality in there. And I don't think I'll find a Liverpool fan that thinks that that's not the case. One on form, who's the best team in the world? Us. Us and Manchester City, I think, are not only the two best team in England, I think on their days are the two best teams in the world. Now, I'm looking at this Robbo incident. The player took a heavy touch, he clears the ball, then connects with Robbo. And I say clears the ball, it moves about a gee hair, about 2 yards away. And then he connects with Robbo and it's a blatant penalty. And yet again, VAR bottled it. But yet we're called Liverpool by some of these trolls. It makes me laugh. We have brought in a lot of money the last few seasons. Where is it gone? I said we did spend a lot on agents' fees, mate. We did renew these players' contracts. And look, I've no problem with that. I've no problem with Liverpool rewarding players for a job well done. In fact, I applaud it. But at the same time, I find it very difficult to stomach that we don't have any money. It is a bit odd. Won it early, won it late. Never going to break that record, said Billy. I don't know what records you're talking about, mate. Sorry. Don, yes, mate. This team, who are a record points distance ahead, are overrated, mate. You know nothing about football, Don. Go and watch Tiddlywinks, mate, or whatever it is you're doing. What else we got? The free kick Burnley scored from Sadio Mane was onside, but the ref said it was offside. The free kick Burnley scored from Sadio was onside, but the ref said it was offside. I haven't had a chance to look back at that yet, Harry, but it wouldn't surprise me. United are the best team in form at the moment. United are in a very good position at the minute, mate. They're playing full of confidence. I won't deny that. But they're by far away the best. They're nowhere near the best team, mate. Let's be honest about this. Manchester City or Liverpool show up in full form, they blow that United team away. And that's not me belittling them, because United have improved. Bruno Fernandes has transformed them and they look a lot more confident. But there's still a drop off to Liverpool and Manchester City's level. And that's just my honest opinion. And they've had a very handy run as well, by the way, since the restart. Look at the end of the season that United have had. They should be beating the teams that they're beating. Did Naby make an impact? Not really when he came on, mate. No, if I'm being honest about it. He didn't do anything wrong, but he didn't make much of an impact. Joshua said, I can't believe we drew this game. We threw away so many chances. I'm the same as you, Joshua. I'm frustrated at the draw. I said it when we were 1-0 up. I kept saying we need to get the second here because teams will get an opportunity. And they got their opportunity. And it was a great strike from Rodriguez. But can I get other people's take, by the way, on the Van Dijk situation there? Because I think he didn't do enough. I think he turned his back on it and he didn't throw his body on the line. And I'm not happy with it. But I don't know if I'm overreacting. I'd love to know what you guys think about it. Do you think Liverpool will spend this summer? It's hard to say, Benjamin. Honestly, it's hard to say. I don't know if it'll be a case of if we move a few players on. I genuinely don't know. The noises coming out of the club to the media seem to be that we won't be spending money. But again, we'll have to wait and see, pal. Who do I think we should sign? It depends what the budget is, mate. It depends what the budget is. I mean, nobody would disagree with me if I threw the name Jadon Sancho out there. Houssem Aouar. If you want to spend a little bit less money and pick up somebody who could be quality, Todd Cantwell. I've said this before as well. Ben White, good centre back on loan at Leeds from Brighton. Somebody who could be got for probably about £20 million if we move Lovren on. And again, you're freshening up the age of the squad there again. Ergurcan Kikir, a very good goalkeeper at Trabzonspor, could come in and challenge Alisson. The front three, though, is the position where I really want us to go out and spend some money. So I don't care if we had to break the bank to go out and bring in somebody like Jadon Sancho. I don't know about the likes of Leon Bailey because I haven't seen enough of him to know if he'd be good enough. There are some other players out there if you wanted to roll the dice and get somebody who might be still a little bit raw, but I really want us to go out there and get quality now. I mean, we're at the top. We need to stay there. Sign Thiago, said RS Plays. The rumours again coming out today are that we're not signing Thiago. But again, they are all just rumours, so take it with a pinch of salt. This is what happened when Henderson isn't in the side. We drop points. I said the other day, mate, you're going to see what we get from Henderson when he isn't there. And again, today, it's difficult because we could have easily won that game today. Easily. We played well enough to win it. And they performed well enough to win it. So it's not like we were stale and we just didn't show up today. It was just one of those days where we missed a load of chances and their keeper played a very good game. You got to give some credit there as well. Will we still hit 100 points? We've a good chance to do it, mate. 2 wins and a draw will get us to 100. We need to win the remaining 3 games if you want to break the record. Not going to lie, Craig, we need a dedicated number 9. Exactly, I wanted to sign Werner. If I'm going to moan about anybody in the front three today, Finn, it's not going to be our number 9. It's going to be Mo Salah. He's the one that wasted a lot of chances today. Bobby Firmino hit the post with the one decent opportunity he had. Salah wasted 3 that I can think of and didn't even make the keeper work for 2 of them. Enzo said, I'm not happy we wasted a lot of chances. I agree, mate. It's just a frustrating day. Traore would be a good signing, but he seems unlikely. It would be a good signing. Yeah, can't disagree with you. Again, I would say he seems unlikely. I would agree with that. Do I think we'll beat Arsenal? Yes, Ronan. We should beat Arsenal. We're a better side than Arsenal. But then again, we should have beaten Burnley today. So I'm always going to back us to beat anyone, Ronan, because I love this group and they're an amazing team. But yeah, I've been predicting that we beat them anyway, certainly. I would like to see Thiago, Adama and Jamal Lewis. It's a good shout. 3 good shouts. Henderson was missed. Jordan. The forwards not scoring are what cost us the win today. It's nothing to do with the midfield, so I can't look at the performances of Fabinho, Curtis Jones and Gini and say that we didn't win because Hendo wasn't in that midfield. I think we didn't win because we didn't put our chances away, and their goalkeeper is an excellent goalkeeper. Got to give credit to Nick Pope. Do you think Salah will get the golden boot? No. Not a hope he'll get the golden boot now. 3 games to go. He's 3 goals behind Vardy. I'd be amazed if he catches him. Be weird how the best team in the world haven't a big club supporter. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know what on earth that means. Sorry, Joshua, you've lost me with that. Curtis Jones looked good. He did, yeah. Curtis Jones looked very good today. I was really pleased with the performance he put in. Clark, he said, would you like to see Pope at Liverpool? I think he'd be wasted at Liverpool, mate, is the weird answer, Clarky, because Alisson is one of the best goalkeepers in the world, and I don't think anyone will dislodge him, so of course I would love to have a keeper of that calibre at the club as a backup or as competing with him, but I would rather see Pope go out and be a number 1 and continue to show what he's capable of. So for his own sake, no, but from a selfish point of view, yes. Salah's overpaid. He really isn't overpaid, mate. He could get a lot more money elsewhere. Mohamed Salah is on about 180 to 200 grand a week. In no way is he overpaid. You keep coming in with some really dodgy comments, mate, and some of it I wonder, are you a Liverpool fan or not? But he certainly isn't overpaid. Not by a long shot. In fact, he's probably underpaid compared to what he could get in the market. Love to you back, Nick. Love from the Netherlands, he said. Lovely to have you in. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call that one a night. I appreciate today was a frustrating day. Please do hit that subscribe button if you've enjoyed the stream. I'll be back on Monday where we'll have a preview ahead of the Arsenal game. We'll be doing 2 things on Monday, actually. We'll be doing our normal live preview, and then I'll be filming a preview with Claude and the Bansters. Claude, obviously, you'll know from AFTV. And that'll be going out on Tuesday. I'm going to take the rest of the weekend off to spend some time with my family. I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. Really appreciate all your support, as always. Thank you very much. Take care of your family. Stay safe, stay well. Hit that subscribe button. And up the motherfucking champions. Love to you all. I know today was frustrating, but don't let it get you down. We're on the road. We're in a good place. Lots of love.